Hey there, tankers. Seattle Forge here, and I've got an interesting to me game. I have been having a lot of fun in this LTG Tier 7 Soviet light tank. I'm having a lot of fun in this, and right now my buddy Grizz is grinding the SU-100M1 Tier 7 Soviet TD, and so we've been pairing these up a lot, and I've been having some really fun games. I like it. It's the weirdest tank I've played in a long time. So we're in Prokhorovka, Light Tanker's Dream, where endless spotting can be had in a world of tanks where spotting isn't happening. Look, I got the original spot on the T-52 and he just ran into a whole bunch of our tanks and he's dead. I'm thinking that sets the pace for the game, right? It's going to be easy peasy from here on out. They're going to throw themselves at us. But no, this turns out to be one of the harder games. I just seem to be working, you know, drudgery. So I made a video about my drudgery. What can I tell you about this tank? It has a nasty gun with 180 average alpha, and watch this, I'll plant one of the... There's no Russian bias. A million years ago I made a video about my T-71, and one of the funny things in that I was down to, like, you know, no hit points, and a 5100 shot me square in the ass, and it bounced. I've already lost the VK, fought the KV2, that's fun, bounce, fun. I'm going to have to work for this one, kids. And then someone told me, I don't know if this is true, but it makes sense to me, that it must have hit one of the modules in the ass of the tank, like the fuel tanks, and the fuel tank made a save throw, and therefore I didn't take damage. So I'm assuming that's the luck that 1375 had, but I'm angry about it. Really angry about it, because I am playing a Russian tank, and I have a premium account. And so I don't think that should happen to me. So Grizz gets one in, and I bounce. Now, the penetration on this gun really isn't too bad, so, you know, just hard luck. So 144. You know, the Comet would love to have 144, right? I think maybe it does, but it's a medium, right? So we got about the same. And my alpha's higher, and I'm the same tier. Anyway, this has often been called Stalin's Magic Carpet because of its incredibly flat. Oh, let's just take our time here and shoot at the Easy 8. Nice. It's an incredibly flat tank. Look at this thing. The biggest thing on it is the turret. We have to put the people somewhere. But I don't know where their feet go. I have no idea where their feet go. The 1375, I have to say, is lucky. I finally put one into him. Fantastic. Alright, so it's 3-2 for the bad guys, and they're way ahead on hit points. I got that mod loaded up. I think I'm going to get rid of that. It feels a little cheaty to me. But, you know, it's legal, I think. It just feels a little filthy. And I already have some filthy tanks. So I don't need that kind of help. In any case, so we're on Prokhorovka. Finally, some tasty spotting damage for my scout. And we can shoot the side of the KV2. Now, one of the things... Ow! Got shot by the Jumbo, but he appears to have the stock gun because I'm able to turn my turret and bounce the shot away, and this tank really doesn't have that much armor. It does get some weird bounces off the turret, but it's certainly not due to armor thickness. More the weird, asymmetrical... I mean, if this thing... You wouldn't date this tank. I mean, look at its face. It's got like one eye and a sloped head. It kind of looks like that hunchback from the 300. Got some sweet camo, though. Put the KV2 away. One of the things I didn't notice when I was playing this game originally was they have two KV2s. And one of them was good, and it wasn't that one. One of them was good, and it wasn't that one. Now, I'm trekking some serious miles in this game. We've already lost the one line. Okay, the one line has been surrendered to the enemy. Grizz is making his way back. He's on, I think, 41 hit points. Yeah. 41 hit points, 1375. I get a bit lucky. He doesn't get a fix on me, and I'm able to get below the dip. And the shell misses. And I see the one line's collapsed, so I don't really want to hang around over on that side too much. And I do see that they are putting some pressure on the cap. And I think I can help out there because we do have guns that could perhaps support, like the Hellcat, etc. So if I can at least get spots, maybe put a couple in here. I'm also getting bored because I've been doing nothing driving in circles, and let's lock up on the JP4, which I don't kill. I get some spotting assist on, didn't get the shot. And Cromwell I've already bounced on one, so I do critical damage there. He bounces off of me. He does plant one in me, and someone else kills the Cromwell. So we've cleared the cap, and it's now 8-8. 8-8. It's a nail biter. Alright, I'm getting my eyeballs on the T-37 here. That's helpful. I did wonder if I can get a shot, but I've gone too far, and now it's too awkward. I'm under the line of the cliff. And I get a little spotting on the T-37, and I think he's going to get finished off right there by the Crusader SP, who had a hell of a game and really, really pulled his weight. So I could say that, you know, the Tier 7s on our team didn't do too badly. Now, I don't know why our M44 is still on the one line. You know, Death Wish, laziness, wouldn't you get a snack? He hasn't said anything in chat, so, you know, he's cursing us out. He might just be nonverbal. Who knows? We are ahead by one tank. Grizz is making his way up to add support. I've asked the Hellcat to move up and off the island because the top of the hill is clear, so what the fuck is he going to shoot at? Perhaps he thinks he has a shot when they come into cap. What if they don't cap? And I'm seeing the tracer from the artillery over there. Doesn't really help. We do know. He's not tucked in the back. And I'm going to make a move here. And our Oni is taken up by their Crusader SP, which, by the way, is a terrible, terrible artillery. Such a disappointment after the... Aha! Aha! Alright, so we're able to put a shot onto him, and our artillery was already kind of lighting him up, and the SP, Crusader SP, takes their Crusader SP down. And then I, in my excitement, forgot which end of this ravine actually has the exit. And I'm like, Griff, don't come down here. It's a death trap. And he's like, fuck you. The opening's at the other end. I'm like, oh, yeah. And in the meantime, I took 2 artillery hits, only one of them dealing damage, one of them dealing a stun. And it's able to recover by use of the repair kit and get moving again. Alright, Grizz on 41 hit points, and he's diving into gullies and so on. I think it's probably his experience on snowmobiles and not dying yet that makes him think that he can just run those things around and not run out of hit points. Alright, so now I'm going to try and peek this, just skim. We're going to skim this ridge, and I'm getting tired by this point. I'm getting tired. Okay, no artillery. It was a little further back. I was spotted. Alright, now be cool. Be cool. Our artillery is going to take him down, right? Okay, there's one, too, and he's not dead. So, take matters into your own hands, and I see the KV-2 and the Jumbo have popped up on the radar up at the top of the screen, so I only have to worry about getting hit by Arty, and I was a little less concerned about that at this point in time, so I just took that tank out. 13F3 is done, and let's make our way north and try to deal with KV-2 and the Jumbo. Alright. And by the way, they got our M484, who was at A1. Who knew? So Grizz says, I'm going to go hunting artillery, because there's one left. And I'm like, I could really use your help up here. And it's like, I've got 41 hit points, so I'm going to go hunting artillery. I'm like, fine. You know, in that way where it's not fine. I'm divorced. I've heard it a lot. And we come and spot the Jumbo, and he knows he's been hit. I don't know that he knew he was spotted, but I've been spotted now, so I have to put him away. And then run away. I don't want to get hit by artillery. Get missed by artillery skew, and I don't want to get hit by the KV-2. So I'm sizing up here, and there's the splash from the KV-2. I'm safe. I'm letting Grizz know you're at the wrong end of the map, by the way. The artillery is up north. And he says, fuck. Or something. He might have said, okay. Alright, so getting shots in the KV-2 that we spot. And he's got himself in a little gully here, and I can really only see his mantlet, which is surprisingly tough against these shells. Don't really think of a KV-2 as being massively armored until you have a gun that's not massive, that doesn't have massive penetration, and then it seems to be a big deal. Alright, so the count here is it's 13 to 11, so we do appear to have them on the ropes, but I don't want to be the bitch that gets shot up. No, that's just a miss. That hit dirt. I don't want to be the guy who gets one shot by the KV-2 at the end of the game, and then it's even, and my boy Grizz puts one into the KV-2. Nice job. And if only I can just finally keep him spotted, but also not get shot. Now, Crusader SP, I don't know what made him do that, come across the top like that. You know, maybe he thought he could one-shot him. Maybe he was bored because the game was taking too long. Because, Christ, it's been over 10 minutes and we're not in a new game yet. I don't know. But he did have a heck of a game, so glad he was in it. He did 4 kills. He was on top of things. Alright, now get over here. And the KV-2 is a tall tank, so I'm kind of surprised he's not popping up. I didn't realize that this gully was so deep. I had no idea. So, oh, and Grizz has spotted the M44, and he's behind a ridge and a bunch of buildings for me. Didn't know that was so deep either. I don't really get a resolved shot on him before he's put away by our M44. Now, the M44 in our team, I don't think is in a position to shoot the KV-2. And I like how the Crusader's like, you forgot about the KV-2, he's over here. I'm like, kind of knew that. And I don't think he's running away. And Grizz is like, I'm going to go to the 5-6 line and I'm going to come at him that way. And I'm like, you're driving around all day, bitch. But, you know, we're considering therapy. It's not couples therapy because we're not, but spend a lot of time together. And, you know, I think we have to find new ways of resolving, you know, issues as they come up. You know, platoon dynamics. And so I'm kind of afraid to kind of come in here and take this one, but I decide, fuck it, I'm just going to go, and then I got an escape route on the right, so I'll try that. And I get an auto aim here, and I take a shot, and I did a crit, and I pop over, and he really turned that tank really fast. Only we have a headshot from Grizz, finishing the game, 15-12, and that's the hardest I've worked in a long time. That was a lot of work for a first class badge, but I'll take it. That's fine. And I did fire a fair amount of premium, and my favorite part of this whole thing is I have a scroll bar. So there's actually, like, you know, 2 more tanks that I did stuff to below the line. So only a win rate of 4,159, and so it did end up 1,396 damage, 643 assistance. Most of that from spotting, which I don't do that much anymore. It's really hard to do in the current meta. So pretty happy. Came in top on experience at 1,067, which is cool. But 2 other players did come up higher on damage than me. I'd really like to call out the Crusader SP. 2,435 damage in what is not a very good SVG, and 4 kills. That's a heck of a game for that tank. He did come up with the high caliber on that. So thank you, Milo. Second was Grizz, who comes in with 1,746. Most of that at the end. Pretty cool. Enemy team, at the end of the day, it really just wasn't enough output from their tier 7s. Their top tanks were definitely their tier 6s, the KV-2, the Jumbo, and 44, all bring in the lion's share of damage for their team, and certainly kills as well. As I can say, I certainly fired a lot of shots that didn't connect as I was flying around the field, and then I did actually use a fair amount of gold to clinch the game. Which meant that I didn't make a profit. Came in under just under 3,100 damage in the red. But the interesting stat for this game was that I traveled 7.5 kilometers on a map that's only a kilometer wide by a kilometer long. A lot of work. That was a lot of work. That was not a heavy carry, just a lot. I was working the whole time. This game made me tired, but I am loving this LTG. It is a hell of a tank.